The interstellar confederation, above all, is the union of various civilizations that become part of a great project. The project is what we're talking about, which is to live in harmony, in brotherhood, but let's not forget justice. Because many times, unfortunately, this new age that has invaded our minds, the whole web that we like so much because it only talks about love, and love, not true and comfortable, because love is also sacrifice and love without justice does not exist. This I have learned especially with my daughter, when I give simple examples so that maybe people can understand the profound message. When my daughter had her first tantrums, what is the role of a father? To indulge, to show love, or to say, no, now it's time for you to calm down a little, we'll talk about it. And the world will behave this way. If you do this, you'll get this. If you do that, you get different effects from those you are looking for. Heaven does the same thing, and so does the confederation. So when the confederation, let's say, targets a particular planet, what is the mission of the confederation? In this case, it could be planet Earth, and it says, let's go and see what our Earthlings are doing. So the confederation moves, plans, through a system of hierarchical methodology, Anna, because otherwise it would be total chaos, a hierarchy based on... So far it has been very clear that the hierarchy is there. Absolutely. Up ahead, there are those who have a greater evolution, guys. Those who are hierarchically lower, with humility, recognize the master, the chief, the commander, and so on. The intergalactic federation, the moment it identifies a planet and sees that it is in a disastrous condition, says what we can do to restore and put order on this planet. And so there is a great organization. I give simple examples. There is a need for Mr. X to incarnate himself on this planet so that he teaches what true biology is. There is a need for Mr. X to incarnate himself so that he subjugates an entire population, because Anna, there is no point in fooling ourselves, even evil is in the service of good. I was going to ask you this question. Let's say that there is also the consideration that may exist in this dimension, let's call it interstellar, other realities that are not so dedicated to good. Yes, at the theological level, it is an important foundation of an absolute certainty, also because good could not exist. Evil, as we know, is the absence of good, and not vice versa. Therefore, by force of universal laws, to return to what we were saying before, good always triumphs over evil, because in the end, evil is subject to good. So to conclude this discourse on the interstellar confederation by means of incarnations, by means of science that they produce, by means of the rise of masters both good and evil, they try to bring the population to a certain point. When the interstellar confederation realizes that the people they are following do not care if they fit into those standards that the confederation requires in order to become a part of it, they say, that's enough, guys. We've come here and you have reached the limit. You're about to unleash atomic bombs. You are killing yourselves. You are killing a planet that's a living being. It belongs to us and you can be allowed to do these things. They come down, they introduce themselves and say, we are the Interstellar Confederation. You are advancing in a condition that doesn't allow you to be worth it or being part of the universe. We take you and select you. Those who have led a life in materiality, in oblivion, and have traded on the one hand status quo all over again. Those who have carried our values of love and justice become part of the interstellar confederation. We give you the dictates that will serve you to live in peace and brotherhood, and you can only be part of this in this way. The Interstellar Confederation already asked us in the 1950s to join through Eisenhower. We refused this invitation. Now we find ourselves paying the consequences of these choices. This is in the documents. Exactly, it's documented. Because I read some comment at the beginning by someone who said, a lot of talk, but no proof. You have to go and look at the documents. You have to look for proofs. It's useless to talk in vain like that. Everyone is free, it hurts himself anyway, and I sincerely don't want to convince anyone, as we said before. If you're in, you're in. If you're not, deal with it. This may sound cynical, but it's respect for my neighbor's personal journey.